When I was at home, I was with my mother. My father had already died. My father left me when I was only 3 months old. He died in the army. My mother took care of me until I was old to go back to school. I went to a primary school, primary one. I studied, then they transferred me to another school. I went to grade 2. I was promoted to grade 3. My mother was a businesswoman. After a while, she left me with my grandmother. The third grade, I was already with my grandmother. My father's home is in another district. I didn't know even, up to now I don't know them. One of my paternal uncle came to follow me. But after that, I did not even follow them. Then there was a time that I was moving to town. On the way I met the LRA. They abducted me. I moved with them up to Sudan. I was under a rebel commander called Lagoon. He was third in command. That was in 1993, in March. We stayed in Sudan for some years. We were in Sudan. Then there were some soldiers who were trying to follow me, the government soldiers. They followed us up to some place in Sudan where they kept us there for some time, training us as soldiers. I was trained for 6 months as a soldier. Then they started deploying us. These people kept on transferring us. We were looting and after the training, I was sent under the rebels, the leadership of one of the rebels commander. We were supposed to come to Uganda. Then after that training, I was given to a man who is a third in rank. That was in 1993. Then in 1997, we were transferred from that place to another place. We were already given guns. When I was given to that man, I was living as his wife. One day he was sent to Uganda to do the operation. Then there I was left in Sudan for some time. When he went back, and they took us to go to other places in Uganda to load properties and to do other things. By that time I was already pregnant with my first child. Then in 1998, I was was taken back to Sudan. The Uganda soldiers, Uganda soldiers kept on fighting us. We were transferring from place to place. The soldiers were following us. We were being bombed. We were being shot at. We could run from here to there. Then I was that time I was tired. I could not even move. I was also having one child. You could go through bushes, you could go through other things, but you have to struggle and run to escape. That leader that I was living as his wife one day decided that he wanted to come back to Uganda and surrender to the government soldier, but unfortunately he was reported to the rebel leader. Then he was killed, and after killing him, I was given to another man to be as his wife. That was in 1999. I tried to escape, but once I tried to escape, they could cut me and took me back. There was a time when I tried to escape. They caught me and they beat me 250 strokes to make me not try to escape again. Again, I did not give up escaping. There was a time also that I tried also to escape. When I escaped, I was in the bush for some days. Unfortunately, when I was crossing the road, I crossed and came to their contact again. Again, they abducted me. Then I was taken back to one of the rebels commander. They put me deep into the water as a punishment for 3 months. You will only see the sun but not come out. The water is up to your neck for 3 months. Also, when I was released from there, after some times I did not give up. One day I also tried again to escape because my mind was thinking of my mother and my relatives who were left at home. I tried to escape, but what happened is that they came across me and abducted me. Then that day they did not want to spare me. They wanted to shoot me, and when I was tied up and blindfolded and tied on the tree, and 6 people were supposed to shoot me. By then they were only waiting for the whistle to be blown so that I should be shot, just because if they spare me, I will keep on showing bad example to other captives. Then lucky enough, they consulted the rebel commander, that is Joseph Kony. When they consulted at that time, Kony called them and said that there should not be any bloodshed now because there is some kind of disease that has broken in Uganda, so there should not be any bloodshed. So that is how I escaped. From there, all the rebels were not happy because I was spared. From that day, they took away even my gun. They took even the kids. They took everything. I was given escorts to be guarding me just because I wanted to escape. But lucky enough, I did not give up. There was a time also that I escaped. I went to that thought did not go out of my mind. I was keeping on meditating how my mother and my parent my grandmother was from home. Then there was a time that I went to some rebels commander's home, and I was listening to the radio, Uganda broadcasting radio. Then there was someone saying that there is still forgiveness and amnesty for those who are in the bush. Please come back. Then I kept that one in my mind. Then one day I decided to move away from the bush. I put I was having two kids, then one in my womb. From that time I decided to move. I moved and stayed in the bush for 1 week. I was having nothing to eat, having nothing to feed my children on. But I was feeding my children on some leaves of trees and other kind of things. Then I moved for 1 month. For 1 month in the bush. When I was in the bush, there are other things that happen. So which cannot go out of my mind easily. There was a time when we were given a captive who tried to escape to be stoned to death. All of us were pushed to stone that captive to death, and we stoned that person to make every captive not to try to escape. So in the bush I was having before I was taken off the gun. I was already having two kids, then one in my womb. There was a time when the Uganda soldiers followed us in Sudan. That was before my escape. There was bombing, and the helicopters were bombing and whatever. So everyone took his own direction. The children died. Everyone were dying. No one cared for any child. Most children died in that scene. But God helped me. I was able to escape with my children. But I did not pick anything to eat for the kids. There the kids suffered. We stayed in the bush under the cave for one week, and the kids really suffered. There was nothing. The Ugandan soldiers burned everything, and my children stayed for 1 week, and I for 1 week without eating anything. Also in the bush, if you want to survive, you have to get some peas. When you come across any peas or any kind of peas, you can grind it and keep it in powder form. There you will be able to feed whenever there is nothing to eat. Because sometimes you can stay for 3 or 4 days without even seeing any food. But there was a time that when we stayed for 1 week in the bush and in the cave, and we tried to move out because we thought now even if we stay here we are going to die.